All right. So window, can you see? Are you able to see my screen here? Okay, I am sharing this now. All right. So good. So if you can see, that's fantastic. Yeah, you type into the chat for me to see. Yeah. Okay, so people going to China, people going to, okay, Hokkaido already returned. Yeah. Hi, Manhei. If I pronounce your name wrongly, you have to let me know. Okay, so these are the lower secondary science topics. All right. You have completed 1 to 8. Some of the schools are actually teaching topics from the Sec 2 portion. Okay, if you are one of them, you need to tell me. Then I can cater to your need. I think the boy is not here yet. Joven. Joven should be doing another chapter. I think should be for Sec 2. And he had it in the exam. Okay, Serena not here. Okay, never mind. I think I'm not going to wait. I will be starting soon. So what happened is, okay, all these 8 chapters, right? From my experience, because my son also did Sec 2 this year, you see, and I have quite a number of students in my Sec 2 class. So what I observed is, okay, these chapters, some schools are testing like 6 out of 8. Like for example, 6 out of 8. Okay, in Sec 2, Sec 2 when only the final exam, so end of year exam. So these are the topics that they will test again. What are the common topics? I will say, okay, this one, a lot of students told me tested, this one tested, okay, particulate nature, yes, and then the chemical composition. These are the very popular ones. All right, and let's see, what else? I think basic unit. Yes, this one, cells. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So scientific endeavors, even though they say that it's not tested, but I have seen questions come out lah. They expect you to already know this by your fingertips. So anything that's tested here, be it like the apparatus they're using, measurements, etc., they expect you to know already. Then of course, all of these chapters will be tested for your Sec 2 end of year. So in between, definitely you will sit for your WA with the assessments, the small assessments. So you will be tested maybe first 2 chapters, and after that, or some schools actually test this chapter first, and then after that they combine these two, etc. But what are the chapters that students struggle with? Okay, I will say it's this: chemical changes. Chemical changes is what I'll be covering this holiday, okay, because this is a wide topic. So we talk about chemical changes, but it's not just chemical changes alone. What you are doing will be, you need to know the difference between physical and chemical changes. All right. Then after that, you need to know the examples of the common chemical changes that are taking place in our daily lives. Yep. So they involve heat, light, electricity. Okay. Then after that, you need to learn the word equation. Word equation is not easy. Word equation, students can still get it wrong, even though I feel it is quite straightforward. Okay. And then after that, you also need to learn acids. Okay, you need to learn alkalis, then you need to learn indicators. So this is the part that students struggle with quite a lot as well. Okay, why? Because under this, sorry, it should be just this two. Okay, under these 2 parts here, students are expected to know word equations, all right, of the acid slash alkali reactions. So these are the chemical reactions of acid and alkali. And again, I will say some schools also want students to not just know the word equation alone. They also want students to write chemical equation. If you fall into this category next year, you must let me know. Okay, so chemical equations are not simple, because usually this is taught in the first part of Sec 3, but some schools are bringing it down to Sec 2. Okay, Hannah, I believe your school might be bringing down some parts. Because in chemistry, right, this is classified under chemistry topic. Okay. Um, if you are going to do pure chemistry, it is considered basic. Even for the writing of equations, right? This is considered basic. You want to do well, okay, you need to know how to apply. So everything is about application for O level. My daughter just finished her O level also on Monday. Yeah, stressful, she said. How many of you now, tell me, type into the chat, how many of you are thinking of doing triple pure science? I asked this question to all the students at the beginning of Sec 2 also. So you need to think about this now. Okay, so write it in the, or type it in the message box, send it to me, let me know. Okay, good. Okay, Nikki, you thought of doing both chemistry and physics. Are you talking about pure sciences or are you talking about combined sciences? Combined and pure are very different. Okay, so I'm going to be also telling you quite a bit along the way, what you would expect to do. Okay, for the different types of combination. For myself, okay, I did 8 subjects. What I did was English, okay, Chinese, these are the standard lah. A math, E math, okay, pure bio, pure physics, pure chemistry, and then I did pure geography. Yeah, in my time, don't have social studies. So we were expected to do pure geography. Yeah. So I got 6 A's and 2 B's for my exam, for my O level. Considering doing all three, prefer physics and chemistry. Okay, Fiona. Yeah. What I heard is bio is not difficult to score, but I beg to differ lah. Bio really also depends because all the questions now, if you want to see some of the exam papers for the pure sciences, I can show you. Okay, the kind of question they ask is not straightforward. It's about application and application and application. Yeah. Hannah, if you are thinking of doing just bio and chemistry, right? Manhe as well, right? If you are thinking of doing bio and chemistry, you are cutting out physics, which is very risky because physics is very important for engineering. Unless you're very sure you don't want to be involved in engineering for the rest of your life, right? Then you can skip physics. My advice is don't skip physics. All my students, all my Sec 2, when they ask me, okay, when it comes to the subject combination, right, selection, they were asking me, Miss Day, what should I do? I said, okay, even if you want to venture into medicine, the compulsory subject is chemistry. Yes, aviation is related to physics. Please, Nikki, you must take physics. Can? Yeah. Okay, Fiona, you are thinking of combine. I also know why you are thinking of combine. Okay, combined, yeah, combined is very, very easy to score. Okay, pure physics, do pure physics, yes. My suggestion is start with the pure sciences. If let's say you are coping fine throughout the entire Sec 2, okay, do the pure sciences. But if let's say when you are in Sec 3, you find that the pure science subjects are really too draining and difficult, you can switch to combined science in Sec 4. Do you know that? If you don't know, don't go and ask your teacher first, okay? Yeah, don't go and ask your teacher in the class. You can ask your teacher privately. Because I taught in schools before, remember not? There is always a chance, for students to switch to combine. It's not a drop, you're not dropping subject. You're just switching. For example, you are taking triple pure sciences, right? Chemistry, physics, biology. You feel that, okay, you are very good in chemistry, but your physics bio is very average. So you can switch to physics, bio, combined science. Combined science is a lot easier to score the A1. So I'm teaching you all to be strategic. You understand what I mean or not? Huh? So you learn more first. If you find that you're struggling very badly, Sec 4, you can request to switch to combined science. Okay? So you keep one pure and one combined subject, which is a mix of the two branches of science. Okay, so yeah. No problem. Don't have to worry about, cannot do this, cannot do that. Once I decided in Sec 3, I'm doing pure sciences, I will die have to do it all the way until O level. No such thing. Yeah, no such thing. Okay. Now, so now you need to think about, yeah, so I have heard from some of you, not everybody shared with me, right? Yeah, it's okay. But along the way, next year, I'm going to ask you a lot more times, what do you want to do? I will show you examples of the papers. For example, combined physics, which is called science physics, versus pure physics. I can show you the two papers for you to make comparison. Okay? Yeah. So my advice is do not drop any of this topic, as in don't study totally. You need to make sure you study all. I can guide you to be strategic when it comes to subject combination. Okay. Early part of the year, I think by the end of term 1 or term 2, some schools do it in term 1 early on. They ask students about the subject combination they are interested in. Okay, then you set certain targets to your teachers, and then after that, end of the year, after your exam, right, you need to select the combination that you want. My son got into triple science as well, and he's doing double math. He's doing geography together with social studies. So this is called combined humanities. So he's doing 8 subjects as well. Okay, so I can share with you anything that you wish to know. All right, so next thing, targets now. Okay, how many of you did not hit the target you set for yourself in your Sec 1 end of the year exam? You just need to tell me, you just need to type me, or only for those who did not hit the target. All right, because eventually, right, let me just give you my number. This is my personal phone number. Okay, so you can actually send me message if you're not comfortable typing here, because I'm sure some of you don't want people to see your responses. You can send it to me privately. Okay, and I want you to also send to me your target for next year. Your target for next year. Okay. And I'll share with you, my son did very well in Sec 1 science. Yep, Sec 2 science, right? He still scored his A1, but because he didn't study a lot, he was like playing and playing a lot. Last minute, then he started studying. He still scored A1, but it was not a very, very strong A1, I would say. Okay. So send your target to me. I need to know because I am keeping track. What I do is, right, I ask you for exam papers. You need to take picture or you can scan, send it to me via this number also. Write down my number. Okay. I want to look at your paper because I'll be writing certain comments about you along the way. After you had your WA, I'll be asking you for your marks as well. And then I will always compare your target. I have my own record book. So your target versus your WA marks, etc., your project work marks, etc. And then I look at your Sec 1 exam papers. I can guide you better. So if you want to get your A1s, right? My students last year, Sec 2 group, they are always getting their A1 throughout the year until the end of the year exam. Some of them didn't secure A1. They were too complacent. Okay, but you want to get A1 throughout the year is not a problem. So eventually when you average out the score, right? Because WA is also considered. If you still have your A1, eventually you still have your A1, there is no problem getting into combined science, or sorry, in your pure science class. Okay, any subject combination is possible. Go on, I need someone first. Okay, so let's go on to this physical and chemical changes. What are we learning under this topic? Now, okay, so we will be exploring about these chemical and physical changes. Then we look at some of the examples, right? So this is what I told you exactly. Then we talk about acids, alkalis, indicators, and also very importantly, the equations. Okay, so this entire chapter on chemical changes are about these. Yeah. But then today, okay, we are going to look at the physical change and the chemical change. All right. Also, basically just focusing on this two. If we have time, we will also be looking into chemical change caused by heat. Okay, there are three special reactions you need to be able to describe. Okay, so these special one classified under heat, thermal decomposition, combustion, and oxidation. How do you explain them? How